you? Where are you? Wait, wait. Stop trying to lick my microphone. That sounds bad when blocked by the wall. All right.
What's up, guys?
What is up? This is apparently going to keep playing, so I'm just going to hide it. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is Mavs Fastbreak. This is DDP, joined by Enyi Nduka.
What's up, y'all? Long time no see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let's see here. What?
No, we're focusing in and out a little bit.
Moving around too much. I don't know what it's doing that for. I'll fix it. The important thing is that this thing down here, drop frames, not showing up. I've had that fixed the last couple of weeks, and knock on wood, it's gonna stay that way.
Cool.
First in the house, we got Galeh.
Galeh, what's up, baby?
Bro went to 2 games this year, and Luka didn't play in either of them. So when you gave him garbage for missing Dennis Smith last year, now you really can't say anything because now it's been 2 games that you've gone to with no Luka.
So definitely next year, no Mavs game for you.
And whenever they're in the playoffs, damn sure no Mavs game for you.
We're keeping you in a freaking locked cage, son.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Foot.
You don't know unless you try. True. Kent Ketchum, second in the house. What's good, Kent? So close in Denver. Luka with the Thunder dunk. Oh, well, we're tanking. Yeah, that ended that Denver game was crazy.
Yeah, if you're into the tanking movement, that's exactly the kind of endings you want.
The absolute hammer, but can't close it out with the free throw, and then they get the buzzer beater to beat you. So, Jokic with a cruel joke.
The Joker.
Yep.
Ended it right on our heads. That was a good move, though. That was a good defense by Dwight.
It was. Yep.
But better offense by
Jokic. Yep.
Jokic, I don't know how to say his name.
So the question now then is, wait.
Whoop-de-doo! What does it all mean, Basil?
It means they're tanking.
Indeed, we are in the tank.
Nothing else has changed on that front. Obviously, they get the win last night against Cleveland. I think 121-116.
Yes.
Without Luka, a little surprising. Once you saw Luka was out, I kind of thought it might be a toss-up after all, even though Cleveland is Cleveland.
Cleveland is bad.
Cleveland are the Steamers.
They're utter trash with or without Luka. I knew, even though we didn't have Luka, we were still...
OBS, what you putting behind my head? Why are you messing with me, OBS?
No, I keep on.
You're exposing trade secrets. Now I'm just gonna hide your ass.
Okay. But
OBS, come on, son.
Where's he doing?
I don't know. It's like not loading the viewer count, and so it's like putting up a graphic behind my head. You're making me look bad on my own show.
OBS.
Added a new browser
a little
source.
off topic, but DJ has helped save the game against LeBron. DJ who?
What?
DJ blocked LeBron?
Oh, I see what this did. DeAndre Jordan. I don't think he's who blocked LeBron. I thought you said it was someone else.
Hazonia then blocked.
All right, I'm just gonna have to hide viewers because fixing this in the middle of a stream, I'm afraid it would cause more problems than it would fix in real time. So,
but update on the tank.
Yeah, Says is saying Hazonia. He's on ya. That's what happened on that play.
With the Dennis Smith inspired game winning block on LeBron James. Good for them. Good for you, Knicks. I hope Dennis actually played pretty well that game.
Better not half-ass it, old man.
Oh yeah, how did Dennis?
Virginia's finest. What's good? Jumping on to support and throw up a thumb. That's what's good.
Throw up a thumb.
Throw up a thumb. Damn you, OBS.
Did you eat a thumb or something? That was not a good joke.
No. Wait.
Why are you the way that you are?
Hey, man. Leave it alone. All right.
Let's see here. So
he didn't even play. Gosh darn it.
Who? Dennis?
Dennis.
Yeah.
Is he hurt?
World of Tanks, says Misa. Yeah, Say's agreeing that. Dallas Hart, what's good? Let's see here.
But yeah, we are tank. If you're updated on the tank,
Matthias, what's good?
7th in terms of place from the bottom. So that's a
started from the bottom. Now we're still near the bottom.
Yeah. So who all plays today? Usually Sunday doesn't have too many people.
Not a whole lot of exciting games today. So let's.
Orlando does play the Hawks today, and those are, I think.
Okay, so that helps for Tankathon.
Mm-hmm. So who are the teams ahead of us? Let me see.
Memphis, right? Memphis is there.
Atlanta. Okay, Atlanta. So starting from 1, New York, Suns, Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, Memphis, and then us. And then behind us is New Orleans, Washington, LA, Lakers, Charlotte Hornets, and the Magic, and then Timberwolves, and then the Kings. So, who do we want? I mean, we have Orlando playing Atlanta today. Atlanta has been playing pretty good. Of course, Trae Young has been showing up. He's putting up some pretty good numbers.
Anyone though who's saying that it's suddenly a Rookie of the Year race, I hate when people use like a few weeks of data to overrule what has been a season-long trend.
It's still not. But
when the guy has every Rookie of the Month award, I get it. Different conferences, they both have pretty much done that. Yeah. But still, it's like we're being a little ridiculous.
Kevin Knox is won one on the western side. I mean, the eastern side. So, but. Sacramento's not ahead of us. No, they're not. Chicago is.
Yeah, no. Sacramento's, last I saw, still like on the outskirts of playoff competition.
Mm-hmm. So you want Atlanta to win today. They play against the Orlando Magic, winnable game.
Yes, sir.
Chicago Bulls play the Sacramento Kings, winnable game. So you want Chicago to win that one, obviously. Minnesota, they're behind us, but you never want anyone to creep up and pass us. So they play Houston today, so you want Houston Rockets to win. Well, kind of no, because I hate Houston, but, for whatever helps the Mavs the most, I'll take. And then the Hornets already lost, so I guess that's okay. And the Knicks won, so yes, that's cool. You just want us to close the gaps between us and the teams ahead of us, and we have 2 good chances of that happening today. So keep an eye on the scoreboard for Orlando versus, what is that thing in the back?
I'm gonna resolve this.
You just want me to ramble?
If it's the last thing I do,
I'm just gonna ramble.
Buy me some time.
Okay. So a fish walks into a bar. Just playing. So
how's a fish walk?
Question joke.
You're gonna buy time. At least makes sense.
So.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh my god! Anyway, so Chicago plays Sacramento. We definitely want the Chicago win. With what's his name, Zach LaVine. He's playing pretty well, showing that a little bit. Hopefully, they can stove off the Sacramento Kings. They've been playing decent. They're 2 games under 500, which is the best they've been in a long time. So, but hopefully the Bulls, because it's basketball, anything can happen. So, hopefully the Bulls get the win today, and Atlanta gets the win. So, with that being said, what was that?
Truth bomb.
Truth bomb. Kings not lose to Chicago.
Won't lose.
Kings won't lose.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Well, I'm sure.
Oh, God, I can't stop.
I'm sure the Lakers didn't think they were going to lose to the Kings. I mean,
Knicks. I liked it better earlier when you said, wow, the Knicks beat the Kicks.
But the Knicks beat... No, I said the Knicks beat the... What was it? What did I call the Lakers? The Knickers or something like that?
Knickers, yeah. I was like, whoa.
Hands up, don't shoot. But, yeah. But, yeah, I guarantee the Lakers didn't think they'll lose to the...
So what percentage chance did the Mavs have to keep their pick?
I don't know percentage.
And I have a right to know!
I don't know.
I deserve answers.
But Lakers are not the Kings. I mean, the Lakers only have the best player in the league. Lakers are in shambles or whatever. Okay, fine. But hey, have hope. I'm on the.
You know what was on LeBron's mind that last play?
What?
I came in like the
If I'd planned that out just a moment sooner, I would have immediately jumped to.
So anyway, Derek has added in some new drops, so he's having fun with that. Here's a question, guys. Can't Catch Him has a question. I thought we had this pick this year if we landed 1 through 5.
Yes,
but then I read from draft experts that said If we land on 5, we do not get that pick.
No, it's top 5 protected.
It's top 5 protected. Yep. 5 being part of the top 5. So
yeah. So expert. Wait. Buy me time. I might have something.
So a fish walked into a bar.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. Even Tim Collishaw said it's not.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
I got it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay.
I should have edited that one down.
Yeah, just a little bit. They have a 37.2% if they had the 6th pick. 32 if they're in the 7th.
Someone on Google. The Google. Anyway, so let's get into some Dirk talk.
Dirk came in just 4 points shy.
I was so ready to hit the drop when you paused after it came in. I was like, go back. No. All right, so Dirk in the win last night. Dirk scores 14 points. Yes, that was Billy Madison says.
Yep.
Dirk scores 14 points, comes out of the game just 4 points shy. The home crowd boos.
Really?
Because, there was a little bit of booing going on because they wanted to see it, and now it's going to be Monday's game when he does it. So I understand the frustration.
Ticket prices just went up. Woo!
Yeah, I know. Rangers King, what's good? Been a while since you been in here, I think. Finally got the pod done before the stream. There you go.
There you go.
Helps that we, actually, I guess it wouldn't help, but we ran early today, so extra good that you got in here.
Appreciate that, because I wasn't able to do it at 3.
Yeah.
Or I would have been, whatever.
So for the Dirk Milestone, either way he was going to do it at home because they were in Dallas last night.
And then on Monday as well.
Yep, and they play the Pelicans Monday night, so that'll be interesting to see him get that milestone. That'll move him back into 6th place all-time scoring ahead of Wilt Chamberlain once he gets... It's 4 to tie, I believe.
4 to tie.
6 or 5 to pass. It's got to be a rainbow 3 or a one-legged fade, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be. And I've heard Devin Harris is lobbying to be the one that gets it for him.
Yeah,
because that's how he'll get his name in the record books as well, like assisted by Devin Harris.
But because that's why when Dirk came in late in the 4th quarter yesterday, Devin Harris accompanied him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, he did call that a long time ago, saying that he wanted to be the guy to get Dirk.
Trivia: do you remember who got him 30,000?
I know he got it against.
Trivia for the comments there. Who got 30,000 points?
Who
the assist for Dirk. Who assisted on the 30,000th point for Dirk?
Nobody.
3 to tie, 4 to pass, says Gleh.
Nobody.
Says Gleh.
Gleh. Nobody. Because he was backing in. He dribbled more than twice, right?
I thought it was twice.
Oh, who got it?
And my recollection was that it was Devin Harris.
Was it?
I thought so. that's the roundabout I was trying to set up. Someone let me. Yeah, Devin says Gleh. I guess I can just.
You probably looked it up. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Power of YouTube compels you.
They can't be looking on YouTube. They're watching us on YouTube.
You can open up another tab. I know how YouTube
Don't
works.
encourage them to leave the video. Dirk Nowitzki, 30,000 points.
I mean, if you could look it up on YouTube while we're freaking live on YouTube.
Shh.
Yeah, it's Dev. I believe him. I believe you guys.
So, with that said, Dirk will hit 6th place all-time scoring. Oh, good. I've got that muted so it's not picking up the audio. Good, so they're not hearing. Oh, no, but it's picking up on the mic. Reverb.
That's not it.
This is just the game in general.
Seth Curry?
I would not have guessed that.
Bring him back, by the way.
No, I remember the interview. Let's see. This is why Devin wants it for Wilt, too. This I don't know. Remember What interview are you referring to, Rangers King?
The show, the movie. Yogi got it? Bang. Can you?
Is he just the average bear? Scooping up, picking nickel baskets.
Can you? That was a good pass.
Yeah, it was.
That was a very good pass.
By
Yogi Ferrell, even though he's.
Let's see here. I am studying the tape. You have to be on point while I study the tape.
I'm sorry.
Samsung. What are we talking about? Samsung?
I've heard that joke before.
Samsung allows it. The interview. Countdown to 30,000. What is it? 12. Man, jump ahead.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like freaking.
Jump ahead in the video. Was that it? No. There's no way that was it. Rough or even, what's good? So, is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
No dribbles.
No dribbles.
So who passed it down?
Devin Harris.
Yes, Devin Harris.
Boo.
So now they're sitting here like, so not only did you guys spend about 3 minutes of awkward podcast time, but you didn't believe us when we gave you the
I believed them. You didn't believe them.
You were over here practically shivving me in the side, telling me to look it up, and that you specifically did not believe Gleh.
What do you mean? Wow, I specifically didn't believe Gleh. Wow.
You were like, that Gleh guy in general always telling me to go sleep on the grass.
Exactly. Can't trust him.
Oh, man. So let's talk a little bit about the state of the team here, what we're kind of looking at. Finally get a win. We've had 2 wins now post All-Star break. Hell yes.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Right.
The win without Luka against the Cavs, a little bit of a painful one, just in the sense that I know it hurts your chances a little bit as far as keeping your pick. I know some people are still very much...
I think we moved down from 6th to 7th.
I think so, yeah. I think it actually had like a shift by itself.
That was good. From Slovenia.
Let's see here. So, what's up, Marcus? So with that, every legend chews grass. So with that, the problem... I know some people are on the fence because they feel like every loss, all we're doing is giving Atlanta a better pick, because odds are we're going to wind up somewhere around 6 or 7. I mean... You look at it, we have the 6th or 7th best odds. If the numbers play out like they should, that'll be the case. But what happened last year? We had the 3rd best odds for the number 1 pick, and we got the 5th pick.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to see how it plays out. You can't just look at it and say, Rangers Kings doesn't believe they moved down. That's good if they didn't. You can't just bank on what the percentages say and say that's definitive. Because the playoffs are so many thousands of miles away at this point.
What do you mean Dallas didn't move down?
I don't know. I'm not going to research it here because I can't have awkward lag in podcast time.
From last year, they went from 3 to 5.
I think he's talking about with the win over the Cavs.
Oh,
he's talking this year.
Okay. My bad.
So with that being the case,
what in the hell is that thing on your screen? On the bottom.
Looks like potatoes. Sweet potatoes.
Wait a minute! Is that Toto Africa? What does that have to do? Sorry.
Don't ask me why YouTube recommends videos.
He has like a thing of freaking weird-looking potatoes.
Toto's Africa, sweet potato and squash cover.
That's a freaking great song, by the way.
This podcast is a little off the rails right now. I'm going to ask you to bring it back.
This is how the Mavs season is right now. Off the rails.
No train of thought. It's just all over the place.
You said Brunson. Oh, wow. We talking about Brunson being traded too?
Traded for someone like Beal. He's definitely not at that level. But the way...
Oh, no. If maybe along with if we get the top 5 pick.
So if you get Brunson and top 5, go get Beal. Ooh, there's going to be people that are upset with that setup.
I won't be. Here's my thought. What was the word? What was the exact words I texted you and I think Micah a couple weeks ago in terms of how I look at the Mavs season? What was the words I used? Do you remember?
House money?
House money. Why? Because even if we don't win, what do we have coming in? Kristaps Porzingis. Bam. And 30 mil in cap space with the 20 mil trade exception. Don't know how they're going to use that, but hopefully they do something cool. So we still got pieces to move. If we don't even land our top 5 pick and have our pick next year. So this is all extra. So if we lose and we lose out and we gain the pick, it's extra. If we trade it, extra. So that's how I'm looking at it. Even though we're losing games this year, we're still in a good position. So I know people are gonna get mad if we trade Brunson, whatever. Just remember, every legend. I'm just kidding. But we have KP coming in next year, and reports are saying that he did 5-on-5 practices,
full contact,
and he looked good.
I disagree.
What you just said.
Stop.
I don't even disagree. I just wanted to set it up as if I was going to run another 30
freaking hour and 30-minute drop.
I agree. And even if you do lose the pick, it's good just to get it out of the way because now you're not hampered every year, like for at least another year.
Yeah.
Of are we going to keep the pick this year and all of that,
bro?
You just got to roll with what it is. If Atlanta gets the 6th pick, that sucks. But you know what? We still got Luka Doncic, which is the franchise cornerstone, and
KP coming.
And what was our alternative if we didn't get that trade and if we didn't get Luka? We were probably going to go get like Wendell Carter or something, a nice player, but certainly not a guy that is your centerpiece of your team. So
just look at the Bulls, how they do.
Now Dennis Smith would still be a Maverick, so some people might still.
Some people are cool with that.
Be slightly in.
Hey man, don't look. I moved on, man.
Annie, you don't have to strip on
this
show.
I moved on, damn it.
You don't have to strip on the podcast for clicks.
I moved on, baby.
We are not that kind of show.
Hey.
This is not burlesque.
Hey. I moved on. Even though I still have my Dennis Smith shirt, I'm not going to lie. I paid $30 for that shirt.
Oh, I just realized when I was hitting drops, I still had it muted.
Better not half-ass it, old man.
Wow. Who you calling old, bro? But anyway.
You got gray in your hair.
Yeah, shut up. I'm sure if we look hard enough, we'll find gray in yours.
That's why I grow it all out. You don't see it much.
And you are older than me. Anyway,
Wisdom. Unagi.
Dallas is technically tied with Memphis, but Dallas has an extra game to play, and Memphis is actually trying to convey their pick because they're rebuilding and want to have their pick next year.
Right. Good news! I found my counter. Oh, keep stalling.
Oh, my bad. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I mean, this is where we are, guys. Now, this is why the show is how Derek described it as off the rails. Boom, we got it. Yep. But hey, it's gonna be exciting. We still got good things coming in the future for the Mavericks. I still got my Luka Doncic shirt, meaning that I fully bought in to the player that is Luka Doncic, and he's gonna lead us to the championship. Mm-hmm. Like us on Facebook. Like us on like us. What was that? Oh, Facebook like us. I thought I was gonna go through all the things that you can like us. Follow us on
your head's in the way of your own.
Follow us on all the social medias. On Twitter with DDP
Rights.
I thought it said whites. I was gonna be like, damn son. At Dallas Prospect and Enyi Nduka _DP. That's me. Yeah. So I mean, we got some good things. What up, Eric Anthony? What up, Mavs?
Because of your positioning, for the record, because of your positioning, this thing's practically clicking your nipple.
Nipple. Subscribe to my nipple.
You're taking off your shirt. You're talking about your
Abraham Young. Yeah. They're organically, as Mike Fisher would like to say, taken. I mean, we gutted our whole.
I mean, look at what they're playing. Like Tim Hardaway Jr. is having to be their second best player, or in case of last night, essentially your best player.
Yeah,
you're not going to win a lot of games doing that.
No,
it's it's not full fledged tanking.
Besides, other than Tim Hardaway, we're playing with bench players basically. Mm-hmm. Like those guys that are getting a lot of playing time right now. We're we're our bench before the trade deadline. So. I mean, that's what we're playing. Hey, man, we just goofing now. Yeah, he was. Look, Trae Young forced up the clutch yesterday.
I guess I should stop the.
Fucked up in the clutch. Oh, sure.
Sir,
I was about to cuss. My bad.
What is my one rule?
It is not my fault. It's rough.
My one rule. But his stuff's not on the screen right now. My one rule is no F-bombs. I will let any other cuss word fly. YouTube, almost any other cuss word.
I'm sorry.
Right, because YouTube will look at it. Sometimes even if you have a beep, like you beep yourself a little bit, they'll that sounds weird. If you bleep yourself, YouTube will still register the bleep and be like, oh, they're cussing on the stream. Demonetize.
I beat myself all the time. I'm just kidding.
Why are you the way that you are?
I'm sorry. Anyway, I saw like a little KP doing the shooting workout.
At some point, we have to finish a train of thought that we're on. Like I know we're having a good time.
Yeah.
But we keep introducing topics.
My bad.
And then we follow the bouncing ball right out the door.
Well, here's the thing.
And squirrel.
Here's the thing. There's not a lot to talk about.
Here's how.
There's really not.
This is what I tell people. Here's how you can tell if I'm getting serious. The hair is completely in the face, and I'm brooding over it. Guys, we have lost like 17 out of 19 games. This is really, really hard getting hyped for some of these games, especially a game like last night when you know Luka's not playing.
The only reason why I watched
it's tough
in hopes of Dirk getting number 6. That's it.
That's why I was watching yesterday. Yeah. And that's why I'm set to watch it now.
You got your hair. You want a game companion?
Game companion for Monday?
For Monday?
Do you guys want us to do a game companion for Monday?
Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. That's how all the other YouTubers talk. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe.
Be sure to smash that like button. Pretty sure thrusting will also get us demonetized.
Well, okay.
I'm curious at what point we just start annoying people.
Yeah.
Versus them being entertained.
Okay, I'm trying to be serious.
All right.
I'm following what the people are saying, and they're in talks about Ja Morant. Now, how? Let's follow this train of thought. If we get Ja Morant,
check out that sexy son of a bitch right there. No drop frames.
Zeros.
I mean, if we've already been demonetized, who cares at this point?
Looks like something sexy. You said 0.0. Anyway,
there's a lot of yeses and whatnot. A lot of people feeling that stream.
If we get PG can't be Rashad Phillips. That's funny. If we get Ja Morant, how? Someone let me know in the comments because I've been slacking on my prospect.
I advertised for you coming on the show that she would have a little bit of insight to offer.
Yo, I've been bamboozled. I've been under the impression that the Mavs are going to be too good to even keep their picks. I was going to take this year off, bro. I have other stuff that I've been doing. I've been really busy. But anyway.
When does this drop?
So how's Ja? We don't want to play that now.
No, that has not aged well.
That's okay. So Size is saying exactly what I was going to say. How is Ja, an athletic, offensive-minded point guard, how is he different? Now, someone let me know because I might not know all the nuances. How is he different than Dennis Smith Jr.? Maybe he's a little bit a better version of Dennis Smith Jr. Okay, whatever. But in terms of fit, if we didn't believe Dennis Smith can work with Luka in terms of fit, how is Ja, who's I think the same kind of player as Dennis Smith, athletic, offensively minded point guard? I got it. I got some episode on Ja Morant. Check out that podcast from the third round draft pick, Max and
picks.
3
hosts.
Max and Bibbs, I believe, and some other dude.
Mavs draft.
I was seeing the person who was Mavs draft is Bibbs, I thought.
No, I think they're separate people.
Oh. Well, maybe.
I deserve it!
Stop.
Woke up feeling dangerous. Woke up feeling dangerous.
What are you doing? No, stop playing with the drops. Like, I don't even know. And you're like looking at me. like I'm paying attention to the drops.
Dramatic stare.
Yeah, you're like,
I was supposed to have the insight.
If I can see it. Anyway,
I don't know what part of this drop machine I just got into that I was finding R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly, and Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On.
I didn't know.
I think that was like on the gaming side from the Let's Play, but I haven't done that in so long. I was like, where am I? I think I've exhausted the drops for the moment. Wait.
Okay. So according to Max, Ja is a longer, more athletic. Longer is true. I guess longer is true because what's his name wasn't very.
Says he doesn't want to see Kemba to the Mavs. What are your thoughts?
Same. I don't want to see Kemba to the Mavs. I want to use here's my goal. I got 2 goals.
Okay.
And it is based on the players that we have this year. Here's what I want to see. I want to make moves that keep KP at the 4. All right. And I want to make moves that allow Tim Hardaway Jr. to come off the bench. So that means we get a point guard that's good enough to move Luka to the 2, to move Hardaway to come off the bench and have some other defensive minded 3, I believe. Dorian Finney-Smith, if we keep him, that's the move we want. All right? Or if we can get a 2, let's say we get Chris Middleton. We find a way to pry him from the Milwaukee Bucks. Or for some act of God, we end up pulling a Klay Thompson out and have him play the 1. And we will have Dorian Finney-Smith playing the 3. And then Klay Thompson playing the 1. I mean, Klay Thompson guarding the... You stop. I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all for giving me hype a little bit. That's why I kept going.
I was just waiting until I disagreed.
That's what I want. I want Brunson to come off the bench too. He's playing well. He's not our starting point guard. That's not what I want. But, I mean, Kemba's not a good fit. Kemba doesn't play off the ball as well. Luka can play off the ball. And, I mean, if we're dead set on, getting a point guard so Luka doesn't have to be the only playmaker, I'll be okay with that. But I want that player to also be good at playing off the ball because I want Luka to have the ball in his hands. And I don't want to completely placate to Kemba because we got to play to his strengths because we most likely, if you have a Kemba Walker on your team, you're gonna have to invest a lot in Kemba Walker. So I don't want to throw all our investment on Kemba Walker and be like, hey, we're not going to play you to your strength. So if we're bringing Kemba on, we're going to play into his strength, meaning that Luka has to play off the ball more often than not. And I don't want that to happen. Now, my thoughts on Julius Randle. Julius Randle, good player. But according to what I want, which I want KP, Kristaps Porzingis to remain at the 4, Julius Randle will be a very small 5. Julius Randle is how big? 6'10"?
6'9".
6'9".
24, 6'9". God, he's only making... That can't be right.
That can't be. That's 2016.
No, yeah, that's 2016.
He's making like
he signed a 2-year, $18 million deal with a player option.
Next year.
Yes. This summer, yes.
So, I mean...
How have you not uttered the 50, 40, 90... God, Malcolm Brogdon.
Like I said, if it can keep Tim Hardaway off the starting lineup, coming off the bench, I think he will be very good coming off the bench.
He's averaging 21 and basically 9 boards this year. Randle is.
Yeah, but how good is he on defense? I don't want to put too much. I don't want to put too much to focus. What KP have to focus on. So
let me ask you this. This was a discussion we were having before. So another target that I think has been overstated, you had discussions on Vucevic as a target. Would you rather have a Randle or a Vucevic? Now, Vucevic being the 5 would allow KP to stay at the 4 like you want, but it's another big player that's not great defensively and doesn't, and you're having to max him out, basically max him out to get him. It's another big player that's not great defensively and doesn't have good foot speed or athleticism? Would you rather have Randle at a much cheaper contract, knowing it's another 20 and 10 guy potentially, but you have to move KP to the 5?
It goes to 3. Wow. Good question. Very good question. I will probably want. This is a really good question. I don't know in terms of because at that point I'll probably go with Randle.
I deserve answers
because you can get a guy who's producing not as much as Vucevic is, but you can still have money left over to find a piece that we can probably contribute now or something like that. Who can come off the bench or be just depth. So I mean, any way you can get as much talent as you possibly can, I'll go that route. Now Vucevic is not a bad get, but
you're blowing all your cap space to get him.
Exactly.
And you have other needs too, which is why I like the idea of getting Randle, even though it's not perfect for how you want to play KP as far as his position.
Yeah.
But you save a lot of money there. You're still getting similar type production with a more athletic, younger player, 5 years younger.
Mm-hmm. And he's also...
And then you could go after like a Brogdon or something like that, I think.
Yeah. I'll be down for that. There you go. And then also bring DeAndre. I mean, I'm unlike a lot of Mavs fans, I'm actually not opposed to bringing DeAndre Jordan back if it's at the right price. Because here's what I know DeAndre Jordan does. He at least gets us rebounds. Now, if we pay him like he's a top-of-the-line defensive stopper, rim protector, and great rebounder, that's not right because we're definitely overpaying for him. Because based on what he did for us, it was just he was a high-level rebounder. And that has its value, but I'm not going to pay a dude for being a rim stopper. Sorry, a rim protector and a...
He was a rim stopper.
He was a rim stopper. And a rim protector if he's just one. He was pretty good on offensive rebounds too. That's pretty much how he got all his points. Been there, done that. I mean, the only frustrating thing for him, I'm still under the impression if we put him in a place where we can contend, I think we can get more out of DeAndre. We can get more DeAndre versus Clippers than we did this year because we were not.
So you have interest in bringing DeAndre back
at the right price, yeah. Exactly, and I said don't bring back. He wasn't trying in defense. Like I said, if we were in a position to where we're contending this year, I think we would get more DeAndre Jordan versus the Clippers. You think he'll be
more motivated and try harder game in, game out?
We'll get more at the right price. Yeah. Not 22, probably not even 15.
I'll give him $15.
Bro, you know what I'm freaking... you know what I mean. So it's based on what we're paying him. Yeah, I'm not giving him no 20 mil. If we can give him 15 mil, I'll think about it. If it's 12 mil, I'll definitely go for that.
Ed Davis for boards says.
Ed Davis is for boards, but he's also small. Like he will get bullied by most guys. DeAndre Jordan wasn't getting bullied. He was just getting outworked. He wasn't trying. But if you're in a...
I have a hard time bringing a guy back knowing he didn't try before, but then like rewarding him with a new contract. Like, no, it's fine. We're more competitive now. No. Try for us now.
No. But if he okay, first of all, if he gets hit with the reality that he's not a 20 mil dude.
I think he already knows that. I think now because he's never been to a title, he'll probably try and go like jump to. I don't get the rush for the Lakers. I think there's a sharp drop off. People were talking about them when they signed LeBron.
I think people are going to realize that they don't want to play with LeBron anyway.
Yeah, like they were talking about when they signed LeBron, like, oh, that's the West 4 seed this year. I was like, why? You think Rondo and who's their center, McGee? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they're cast of guys. I'm like, yeah, there's a couple guys I like. I like Kuzma and Ball is okay. But I just looked at that roster and I was like, I don't think LeBron in the West having to try game in, game out, as opposed to waiting until the final month and a half of the season in the East to actually turn it on. I didn't think that was going to pan out. And now you look at them, they're a smoldering train wreck at this point where there's just no... I don't see the appeal. I think even Anthony Davis should reconsider if he wants to go there.
Yeah, if I was Anthony Davis, I mean,
I didn't have that drop
Austin
for the
Leach,
record.
I'll definitely look into Cauley Stein because he's a bigger dude. He can get blocks and rebounds as well. I mean, I'm not... I know a lot of...
You want to break the fourth wall?
Our attitudes...
It's our own video.
Huh?
Said you want to break the fourth wall? It's our own video.
Pan out. Now you look at them; they're a smoldering train wreck at this point.
But I know a lot of people. Their attitudes is once these players are gone, they don't want them back and stuff like that. DeAndre Jordan. I'm saying at the right price, I'll take him back because I know what he's going to bring us, and I can at least work around that. Yeah. I mean, you can tell we've been sorely missing his.
Oh, sure. But look at what's left on the team at this point. We were missing most everybody we traded as far as a night-in basis right now. But as soon as we get to the start of next season and we filled those holes a little bit, that sounds... Moving on. Then it'll be a little better.
No.
So...
not a chance they're giving him up. Okay, he's looking at
Wonder Boy and Unicorn can pass.
Yeah, if the Knicks are dumb enough to give up on, I was about to say Kevin Mitchell.
KP?
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take that. He can definitely be a big time player. We're probably looking at another type, DeAndre Jordan right there, Mitchell Robinson. I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. That's the kind of archetype I want in the center next year for a starting center. Big, can able to withstand playing against real centers.
All right, Mark.
What?
It's a dirty joke, but I approve.
Yeah, but I want big center who's can rim run, rim protect, get rebound, so we don't have to put so much on KP year one coming back. Yeah, all right, bro, you getting a migraine?
No, it's just I had to hold back. After reading the context of that comment, your next sentence.
What'd I say?
You were talking about I need a big center to protect the rim. Rim running center.
I hate you.
I don't have a good drop for this.
Okay.
We need to get to the point where we have people that are like such that follow the channel and the show closely enough that they start grabbing these little audio bits and sending them to us or whatever. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nice to have a stretch five that can set screens. I'm pretty sure
that description is ruined for the show for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, why even bring up Dirk Allen? Unbelievable. But yeah.
I'm curious. Yeah. Rim Destroyer. Oh man. I get the feeling there's gonna be people are either gonna love this off the rails
type. I'm
podcast,
trying to bring it back now.
They're gonna hate it.
You effing it up now. You like trying to bring it off the rails.
Yeah. I mean that's just part of the thing. I mean we've already kind of talked about some of the basics regarding it. So at this point, the way I view it, we're just kind of hanging out and answering questions.
Cool.
So this isn't even like a pure form podcast at this point. This is just like hanging out, taking your questions or whatever goofy ass comments you guys have.
Honestly,
I'm pretty sure we're already demonetized for this video at this point, so I don't even really. I'm not even that worried about it.
Do YouTube people act that fast?
Oh no, I don't mean like they've already demonetized it this second. I mean like it's probably a given within 48 hours probably.
Once. PG-13 movies, they get it once, don't they?
You said it twice.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You said it, and then you repeated it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. You read the comment. you like stumbled over his comment and you repeated it. You were like, I'm trying to think of what his thing said. Like, so-and-so effed it up. Oh, am I allowed to say that? And I was like, no, you're not. It's not a big deal. I'm not even worried about it. They might not do anything.
Yeah. Ooh.
But we know the YouTube Illuminati are fierce.
YouTube Illuminati.
Cousins and KP front court might work well.
I've been saying that, but Cousins doesn't give a lot on the defensive side. But the what in the world?
I was going off of
Rock the Rim. But the possibilities of what our offense could look like with Boogie Cousins, how skilled he is. We'll be so skilled at multiple positions. Like our point guard or shooting guard or whatever position we play Luka at, super skilled. Our center, if it's Boogie Cousins, super skilled. If it's KP, super skilled. We just throwing all these passes and shooting, and it'll be crazy. It'll be fun. I'm trying to get some Mavs trivia.
Now I need the Shaquille O'Neal rap song. Do you want me to shoot? No. Do you want me to pass? No. Do you want me to slam? Yeah. Fun fact, also on that same album was a track entitled My Biological Didn't Bother. Just a random fact.
What?
I think it's a song about his dad not being around.
Probably.
But it's a strange title. Wait, Rock the Rim. Rock the Dragon Ball. Rock the Dragon.
Rock the Dragon. Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
That was entirely too much time spent for a payoff that was inconsequential.
Okay.
Serious question. Do you think we are running Luka too much into the ground with all he's had to do this year? No, he's only playing like 32 minutes a game this year. There was... Let me hit that stat again. Gotta hit that. It's not even the lyric, but that's what I wanted to transition it to.
Yeah, it was something like...
I got it right here.
Okay.
So here's the whole list of all rookies in NBA history with over 20 points, 5.5 assists, and 7 rebounds while playing less than 40 minutes per game. Luka Doncic, 32 minutes per game. End of list. The only other rookie to achieve those numbers was Oscar Robinson, and he played 40-plus minutes a game when he did it. So... yes, we're getting a lot out of him, but minutes-wise, we're not burdening him. And you think about how many games he's sat out this year, just when he's been nicked up even. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're running him into the ground. I think emotionally he's going through the ringer right now because he's living and dying on every loss. And I understand it, but at the same time, like, dude, I hurt for you, but you got to understand, like, by no means do I want you to get complacent losing because that's the worst thing that could happen. But... you got to understand, like, it's actually a slightly favorable thing in the short term. Like, no one wants to acknowledge it. No one wants to do it. And because of last year's disaster with Mark Cuban on the Dr. J podcast talking about, yeah, we're tanking. Yeah, it's in our benefit to tank. After all the kind of backlash that came from that and the investigation from the league and all of that, I just don't think they want to deal with it. But you don't tell the players you're doing it, but you're definitely not telling the players. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't even listening.
I was looking at Mavs trivia.
Oh,
I'm sure good things are coming out of your mouth.
Damn it! Somebody take that audio clip. That needs to be a new drop on the show. That's what we need to do. Is we need drops for the stupid junk we say, whether intentionally or not.
I stopped myself though.
Yeah, but you did it in a way where everyone knew what was happening. Do you think the Mavs will be lacking a veteran presence next year? No, I don't think so at all. In fact, Dallas likes to have veterans around. You'll probably still have, I don't know.
JJ probably.
Maybe if he comes back. Devin, I think you'll for sure have. At this point, because of his years in the league, solid measuring. Woo!
Yes.
Yeah, they'll have veterans. Carlisle loves veterans. There's no way they're going to go with none. Mark's having too much fun with this. Let's see here. Is Luka playing Monday nights? There's no word on it yet. I anticipate he does play, though.
Probably.
Because when he got hurt, when he felt the pop in his knee against Houston, not only did he finish the game, but he played like the next 2 games before they set him out saying knee contusion. Like, okay, to me, that's one of those things where it's like, it's soft tanking, but I think they were like, it would benefit us to lose to the Cavs. How do we do that? Let's sit Luke out. And then they won, and they're like, damn it!
Exactly.
You had one job.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need to check like Mark Cuban said also in the podcast, you just need to check Salah Mejri in the game and have him shoot 3-pointers.
Exactly. That's basically like a dog whistle for all Mavs fans. Like, yeah, we're tanking.
Yeah. Let's see here. Looks winded, but I guess it's a process. Needs to get through it, says Jason Bryant. Yeah, he does. NBA season's more condensed and fierce than EuroLeague. You got a lot more back-to-backs. I don't even think back-to-backs are a thing at all in Euro. So that's a new element, and that's why for a good stretch of the year, you could even argue it probably still is playing out to some degree. Second night of a back-to-back, he's usually not his normal self.
No.
So,
he's not. But
you're asking a hormone-hyped 20-year-old to understand that losing can be good. Yeah, I'm not saying like that it's good. I'm saying you just don't have to live and die on every one. Like I thought.
I mean, it's only your one dude.
He was destroyed emotionally, both the Houston game and the Nuggets game. You could just see it, especially the Nuggets game, getting beat by a buzzer beater. And it's like, I get it. I do. But
you have like a game like 2 days from now.
Yeah. You got to put it out of your mind, just be like, well, that sucked. And then go on to the next game. Because especially like if it's a playoff series, you cannot afford.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's the closeout game and you just got eliminated, you cannot afford to think about it. Just the same. And here's the thing. He's shown he can do that kind of thing already. Because how many times will you see him struggle throughout the game shooting, and then clutch time he just flips a switch and suddenly he's legit again. Same principle has to apply here. It has to. I mean, you can be upset, and especially because of the losing streak, I think it's hitting him harder because he's just that beaten down by it. But you got to be able to put it out of your mind and be like, look, we got a game in 2 days. Of course, for him, it was more like 4 days because he missed the next game. But still, that's just how you got to play it, and I think he can do it. You can still be upset about it. You can still be motivated, but it's kind of like, people talk about LeBron James and his body language at times. Like, LeBron, for all his good traits he's had throughout his career, he's had some terrible body language, too, on the bench, whether it's losing his mind in the finals or just the way he acts towards some teammates, sitting by himself, like you were saying. He's had numerous cases of this kind of thing, and it just puts the wrong message out there. And who cares what the media thinks? I'm not saying, like, from the media standpoint or the fan standpoint. Your team sees it, and they, especially when you're the leader, they go off of that. Dirk got called out for that early in his career too. Remember him and Dampier having some issues, and you would see Dirk kind of call out Dampier in post game and stuff, like trying to kind of fill this role, and it was a little unnatural for him for a while. But you should have to always be aware of that kind of thing. And so if you're like a teammate of Luka's, and you're looking at him after a game and you're seeing just that reaction, it kind of takes some of that, to a degree, maybe some of that sheen off of it in terms of the maturity perception. And again, I'm not trying to like dogpile on Luka or anything like that. I just think that that's something that you have to kind of understand and be able to show in the right way after a tough loss. Let me know. Someone's probably going to tell me I'm an idiot. That's fine. It's a Tuesday. Somewhere.
Yep.
You don't know. Someone could be watching on a Tuesday.
Yeah, probably. Let's see who else. What other questions y'all have?
LeBron is a boss, not a leader. True.
That's true.
Won't get discouraged. He left his mommy at age 13. He's determined.
I really think LeBron. I think he's losing. I don't want to say not respect, but definitely people are not viewing him the same way as they used to back in the day. Like, people were going to question, like, why would I want to play with LeBron? Like, everyone, like Kawhi Leonard, he's going to LA, but everyone thinks he's most likely going to the Clippers instead of the Lakers. It's like, why would he want to play? If you're looking out for your own brand, one of the worst moves you can possibly make is teaming up with LeBron, because now your brand is Robin instead of I'm the Batman.
Yeah.
So you're automatically, even though he's probably not as good, I would take Kawhi Leonard over LeBron James from this year on. But people are not going to view it like that because it's LeBron James. He's one of the greatest of all time. And so, I mean, for guys like Kawhi, guys like Kevin, guys like AD, I'm not, I'm definitely thinking twice before I want to join forces with LeBron James because year after year after year after year, since probably even Miami, there's been drama filled with this team every time. People are always scared that they're going to, get traded or whatever. And he's always looking to move some, players. If you're not one of those top 3 or 4 players or whatever, he's always looking to move you if you're not part of the big whatever number it is that play with LeBron. There's always some sort of, even Dwayne Wade, I won't say he got traded, but they traded him back to Miami
in Cleveland, and that was definitely a thing run by LeBron because LeBron, especially with Cleveland, he was the GM. He was the one in control of those decisions. And you see,
year after year, there's tons of movement. There's tons of people being traded this year. He damn near had everybody on that lineup, on that whole team on the block aside from himself, and you saw the effects of that. And so I think people are beginning to catch on, like maybe playing with LeBron isn't the best thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. And I would love nothing more than LeBron going to the Lakers and how Laker fans started running their mouths. I would love nothing more than for that to just never materialize at all. Where suddenly LeBron's stock drops that much and they can't even get another guy there with him of significance. I would love that. Like I know there are people who say like, oh, well, the league's better when your traditional powers are strong. Like you'll hear that for baseball. Like, oh, it's better when the Yankees or Red Sox and all that are good. Dodgers are another one, yeah. For football, they'll say Cowboys, Patriots or something. Like, I hate the argument that a dynasty is good for the sport. Now, it gives you some kind of storyline to work with, but what I hate, the worst thing having to watch and deal with was the last 4 freaking years of Cavs Warriors. After 2, interest falls off the map for me unless I'm there. The exception I would make to that would probably be to say, okay, well, because of Kyrie and Kyrie being out the first year and even Kevin Love, fine. Year 3 was basically a rubber match with both teams fully healthy. Oh, no, wait, here comes Kevin Durant. Like, it's not good. It's fine. It's good to have parity, and it's fine if you have one team that's there routinely. But I don't think that you can say it's good for the league because me in Dallas or Joe Schmo in Memphis, we don't care about the Lakers being good. We're not watching the NBA because they're good. We're watching for our team and because it's exciting. Like as sweet as 2011 was, it didn't have to be the Miami Heat that we faced. That just made it better.
It still wouldn't be sweet.
You could have told me the Charlotte. What were they? Still the Bobcats? No, they weren't the Bobcats then, were they? Yes, they would have still been the Bobcats. You could have told me the Charlotte Bobcats were the other team in the finals against us, and I would have been like, woo!
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, in terms of
would have been like,
in terms of don't be sleeping on Costa. We don't have Spalding anymore, guys. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm not happy about the Spalding thing.
I'm not happy about that either. But
2-year deal in Phoenix.
In terms of viewership and NBA finals, the NBA they want whatever markets bring them the most eyes, right? And they wouldn't want. It's not like they wouldn't want, but if they had their pick, it would definitely be Knicks versus Lakers. Something like that, to where you have the most people wanting to watch. But the healthiness of the league stems from, at one point, before the season starts, who's going to win? The best thing about the NFL is I cannot tell you who's going to be at the Super Bowl at the end of the year before Week 1 starts.
Recently, you could have a good bet it's going to be a Patriots team.
Yeah, you could bet. Straight. You can bet, but you wouldn't put your money. Put your money that the Patriots are going to be in it next year. Would you do it?
It gets harder to make that every year because now he's going to be 41.
At the beginning of this year,
I'll take money that they'll be in the AFC title game.
Yeah. At the beginning of this year, Cool. Sorry to.
Yeah, Ray got waived when we acquired Porzingis instead of freaking Salamejri because I guess Luka and him are tight.
So Cowboy,
it is what it is.
Yeah,
Cowboy X Factor was good.
So before this year started, before last year, before the year after that, I would have put money that the Golden State Warriors were going to be in the We're going to be in the NBA Finals. There's a year, 2012. If I had money, I would put that it would have been Thunder versus Miami Heat.
In what year?
2012. Yep. And
you would have won that.
I would have won that.
Yeah.
But granted, there's still a little bit of parity because you Pacers were good that year.
I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, burn it down.
You got to be angry now when you're talking.
F the Warriors. But still, I mean, what I was trying to say is
none of my. Okay.
You want it to be a point of mysteries. Like, this is what's so great about the league. Well, anything can happen.
Right, and with the NFL, you have such parity that you can, 50% of the teams that made the playoffs one year won't make it the next year.
Exactly. So this year is like the same team basically make it every year. And you have, one team that's been in it for the last how many years in a row?
4 or 5 is Golden State. Actually, no, they've been there 5 straight because they lost to the Cavs one year.
Mm-hmm. And you're probably going to be there again this year. So I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, it doesn't strike as healthy for the league.
Right.
If you start before the start of the season, everyone's like, "Well, we already know it's going to be Cavs Warriors again for the 4th straight time." That doesn't sound like a healthy league. It sounds like a league that's very top heavy. And if people invested in their team based on how good or the likelihood of them making the finals, no one invests in their team outside of Cleveland back when they had LeBron and the Golden State Warriors. Now LeBron leaving Cleveland, that definitely opened things up for the East, and now we don't know who it can be. 1 out of 4 or 5 teams, which is good, but we still. Actually, it's good because we still have our team, that dominant team or whatever, that people love to hate now. Yeah. So they have the bad guys. The good thing about the Mavs versus the Cavs back in 2011 is, we got our championship, but it was against the Heat. And not just for the Mavs point of view, it's like, revenge for 06. It was the whole league because their whole league was mad at LeBron James for going to the Miami Heat. Yeah, you
had the Cavs
they had their bad guy.
Yeah, you had the Cavs for Mavs campaign where Cleveland fans were sporting Mavericks gear all throughout the city, in bars and stuff.
Exactly. Yep. And you just had a
last true title. Exactly. Don't at me.
Well, Spurs. Anyway,
Mic check 212, bitch.
That's not the drop I wanted at all.
But anyway, I mean, it was just like, I mean, if you look at the Heat that year, they ran through the freaking playoffs. Every game, every round they won in 5, even against the Chicago Bulls, who was the number 1 seed, and
you had the Warriors lose 1 game in the finals 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that year in 2011. Yeah, that was what I mean.
They went to 6 with somebody. Boston.
No, they didn't.
I thought they went to 6 with Boston.
5.
I will do some research.
Do some research. They won every round in
5. At least wait until I'm gone.
Yeah, they won every game of 5. They even beat the Chicago Bulls, who was the number 1 seed and had the league MVP in Derrick Rose that year, and lost in 5. I mean, they beat him in 5.
And then it was the next year his knee exploded.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Mavs in 6, but it was glorious. Good times. Intruder!
Just a kid outside.
Yeah, whatever.
That's when I realized I became old man. When I started, someone passes by my window on the sidewalk, I'm like,
look at this. Look at this. It's a cat
walk around like he owns
out the boat.
Walk around like he owns the place. I got bills to pay.
Get out the boat. Anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, that's what made it. The whole league was mad at LeBron James. So it definitely brought a good storyline to the finals, as in, this is a team with a bunch of, I don't want to say washed up superstars, but guys who are definitely over their prime, who haven't had success in the league. Am I right?
Yeah, they got 4-1 over them as well. So, yeah, 4-1. You're right.
Anyway, So yeah, guys who haven't won in Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, JJ Barea, all these guys who haven't won but been in the league for a long time, versus you have your Dwayne Wade, LeBron James.
We're about to get ding dong ditched.
What did he do?
I don't know. He came up to my door though. He didn't run away with a package, so at least I didn't get porch theft by a 5-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely added a whole new.
I'm gonna be old man Clint Eastwood.
He's like really like looking. He's like, what did that kid do? You don't just run up to someone's doorstep and just run away.
Kids,
anybody.
KP says he's moving around better than before the ACL tear. Yeah, and part of why the Mavericks aren't playing him this year is because they wanted to. They obviously with Dirk know for a 7-footer what kind of strength and conditioning program he needs to be on, how to make over his bidet. Not his bidet. They're not in his bathroom as far as I know. That would be weird. I don't know how you make over a bidet. I don't want to know how to make over a bidet. This is where funny pronunciation for a single word has led to a segue. And now we're going to bring it back around to they're making him over, and that's going to help him hold up better physically. Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the moose.
That was so funny.
Fun-A.
Who is that? Who is that?
All right. Let's take more questions.
Yeah. Check out that sexy son of a bitch down there. No drop frames. I fix this bad boy.
It's chain snatching season.
I can move around and there's no lag.
Really?
No.
All right.
Let's see here. Let's see. So, help me think of a name for this podcast I'm going to be doing.
Okay, what are you going to talk about?
It's open-ended. I've talked a little bit on the channel about it.
Talking with DDP.
Nah, I mean, like, I'm cool with DDP being in the title. I want it to be a separate entity, kind of, from Dallas Prospect. But it's open-ended. I could talk NBA, could talk NFL, but there'll also be times where it's like film, gaming, writing, interviews of interest, things like that. So I'm trying to think of something cool along those lines, and I haven't quite been able to find the right.
Shooting the shit with DDP.
You trying to get my podcast that hadn't been made yet demonetized? Do you just want me to be unhappy? Yeah, camera game on point these days. Yeah,
what would be a good title?
That's what I asked you.
I was redirecting that question to the people in the chat.
I've gotten some people voting. They voted DDP Power Hour, but I feel like that's a little bit cliche of a title. Like Power Hour is just kind of used a lot. Let's see. Red
Dead Redemption 2, what about it? Phenomenal game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, for gaming talk? Yeah.
Phenomenal game.
That'll definitely get talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like Feeling Dangerous with DDP. I like that, but the thing is, it's so associated with the Browns and Cleveland. I don't want to be mistaken for that team's talk when I talk that. So I backed away from that, even though Baker's my dude.
Browns is going to be exciting. That's my team. That's my AFC team next year.
Tried to take the spin off of the tagline. Instead of Every Legend Was Once a Prospect, it was going to be called Becoming Legendary. But then I was like, that sounds smug as shit. Which, I don't know. Maybe that fits me all right.
You're not smug.
Getting over with DDP. So getting over, a wrestling term. Just trying to get if you're getting over with the crowd, it means whether it's a positive or a negative reaction, they're engaged in you as a persona. So that's because wrestling talk will be in there as well.
I have a cousin that's trying to be a wrestler. He's actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call his first match.
Okay.
Let's see. The Way I See It with DDP. That was another one I had just because that's like open ended and it's basically just my opinion assessment of things anyway.
Mic check 212
with DDP.
That actually wasn't bad.
Mic check with DDP.
Mic check with DDP.
From the ground up.
Yes, you can have a separate
things like that.
Because I especially look forward to your show.
Oh, good. We have more comments that I don't have to keep stalling. Separately titles if you want, because specifically for your chat Mavs, but good for the other. Yeah, the titles will be there for sure.
I mean, so
the title will tell you what I'm talking about.
Give me a rundown, like how the I guess an episode. You're literally just gonna be chilling.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever I want to talk about. So it's going to be pure podcast. It's not going to be videos uploaded on YouTube. It'll be on iTunes, Google Play Store, all those major platforms and all that. And the idea is, depending on the topic for what I'm choosing, I'll talk about something. So it could be like talking about a film review or something that I just put out. Every prospect was once a toddler.
That is true.
Come on,
it's a true statement.
This guy, but yeah. I mean, so it'll be opening like that. So
you'll be choosing the topic, though.
Yes.
Okay. So
and sometimes you'll have interviews of interest, like so. For instance,
the people on.
Yeah, there's gonna be times where I put it up to a vote and stuff, and say like, "Hey, I'm gonna do."
Like Jason
These
Brown,
are the
we
next
could
few
talk
topics.
about Red Redemption too. Red Dead Redemption. That was
right. There's going to be times where there's going to be like talking about a film, like a review analysis, whatever.
About
film,
Captain Marvel. That movie was trash.
Or about a game or whatever. I haven't even seen it yet. Yeah, or things like that. Other times it's going to be okay. I have an interesting interview with the guys. Whatever. Enyi will be on at times talking Mavs and doing other stuff like that. We can talk about that sort of thing. One of the ideas was, like with Big Game James, for instance, and other content creators that you guys might follow and like, a little bit, kind of pull back the curtain a little bit, talk with them, just kind of like...
So you're talking about doing that at a barbershop or something like that?
Barbershop?
Just like every NBA player has like a round table...
I'm not talking about doing a round table.
I know, but like every NBA player has like a round table talk show now. Like you have the LeBron James show where they're
I saw Quentin Richardson has something new with some other dude.
And then Kevin Durant has one. It's like Kevin Durant's like a blatant ripoff of LeBron James.
Of course it is.
He calls it like the boardroom or whatever.
Talking
about the biggest names in tech and like Jack Dorsey's like everyone hates him. What are you talking about?
So the idea basically would be to do that. Like, for instance, the guys I know from Dark Avenue, who I interviewed on the channel a while back, and they did an acoustic set. They've been on the Dallas music scene for 10 plus years, and they've got a lot of really cool, interesting stories about like partying with other big bands that have come out of Dallas, like Drowning Pool and things like that. And there's just a lot of cool, interesting stories there. So, like, you might have that. You might have, like, if I have Big Game James on and we're talking specifically about kind of, like, what he built up before doing Silver and Blue, kind of what we're moving towards, just things like that. Like, there'll be interviews of interest like that on there. So it's a variety channel, which is why I was trying to find something that didn't kind of pigeonhole me, so to speak, to one topic. That's why I didn't want to necessarily blend it in with Dallas Prospect as far as title. If you have a suggestion and want to leave it in the comments for a name for this podcast, totally for it. And like I said, it's not going to take away from anything else I'm doing. My articles are still going to be written. My weekly shows for the channel are still going to be done. DallasProspect.com will still have new content every day. I'm just adding to the overall content pool that I'm putting out there for you guys. Please like me. No.
So it's basically open ended, so we can talk about like different topics within sports.
Yeah, it'll be open ended. Like there'll be times where I'm talking purely Mavericks or Cowboys, but other times I'll do discussions as well. Like if there's other big NBA or NFL storylines that I want to weigh in on, that'll be a platform for it as well.
So this is a whole new channel, or is it just?
It's not a channel. It's just a podcast.
Just a podcast,
and it'll be up on iTunes, Google Play, and Anchor, things like that.
DD Podcast.
So
I did my best.
Yeah. So we'll think of something. I'm still working on it.
Hey, don't make fun of me, bro.
Doing
my best.
The important thing is that the concept is figured out. It's just the name I'm trying to sort out. And we'll go from there. But it's okay. Everything is always hectic in the beginning. Yep. Gonna look that up. Oh, he's talking about a different podcast. C-Pod.
Podcast.
Or Dallas XFL team. That will be something. I mean, that'll be covered on Prospects, the XFL, because why not? Change your name to the Dallas Podcast. I'm never changing my name. Dallas Podcast. That's so open-ended. I feel like that's
first name Dallas, last name Podcast.
Last name Podcast, first name Dallas. That sounded cooler in my head. Yeah, no. And it also seems open-ended enough that I don't know how much it would get picked up, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
So it would just be just you, or can multiple people do it?
Other people can be on, but like I'm like the recurring thing to it because like
I'm trying to get Andre on a podcast.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get who else?
They might know of her just because of her modeling some of the shirts we've done before.
Yeah.
I don't have a graphic to throw up on the screen like I did previously.
I'm about to look it up, Max.
What?
He's asking me if I seen. That's the wrong app. I get my YouTube TV app mixed up.
The floater. That just sounds like poo.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does.
No, yeah, it totally does.
What's wrong with that?
He's like, I know. I said your podcast is gonna be shit.
Brandon Clark.
Well, sir, while I may disagree with your analysis, I will fight to the death to defend your right to say it.
Here it is. Yeah. Keep! That was a good block.
Jesus.
Huh.
Sorry for any blowing out everyone's eardrums just now.
I get hyped, bro. You got freaking up there, bro. Golly. That looked like a volleyball spike. Keep! You see that? Look at that.
This is a great viewership. This is a great viewership for them. Huddled together looking at a phone.
All right. So you have a dude coming down the break clock. Boop, blocks that mug. Like a volleyball spike. That was pretty
You're doing a game companion to a game no one else is watching.
So here's a question I know. You are on Sunday. Looking forward to that for sure. Now.
What other days do we talk about other days?
Bro, I've been telling you to do some during the week. More people can watch. Let us know. Will it be more, according to y'all's schedule, will it be more beneficial for y'all if you did another show during the week?
On other channels, I mean, not YouTube. I was going to say, during the Cowboy season, I would do a show sometimes Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I was doing those 3 days for a while. Bobby R. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby.
Wake up, Bobby.
I don't think he's liking the podcast, how it's gone off the rails. We've already kind of covered all the topics we were going to. This is just free talk with you guys at this point. So if you want to hang out, cool. If not, it's cool too. But yeah, regarding other channels, other platforms, the podcast would come out weekly. I'm not currently slated on any other thing. Sometimes I'll call in for like Silver and Blue to do some talk with Big Game James, but it just depends. The more you do, the better. Yeah, that's the idea. We're going to try and do more content. The thing is, I always, as much as possible, I know this episode has been a little more off the rails.
And that would tend to happen if nothing is going on. I mean,
anytime I come on here to do a show with you guys, I want to have something to say and to offer. I don't want to just waste your time. I mean, if you like watching, even if we're just,
effing around.
Yeah, then cool. That's great. We appreciate it. We like hanging out with you guys too. I am anxious all the damn time. Like, anxiety is on crazy levels these days. Just all sorts of things.
Yeah, bro?
It's been a tumultuous 6 months.
Okay.
So I've just been anxious and a lot of anxiety lately, to the point where sometimes even before a show, I'm like anxious and like nervous about doing it, even though I've been doing this for over a year. Mm-hmm. And if I can just get into a show and get past the first 5 minutes or so, mm-hmm. I feel fine and I feel better, and it actually makes me feel better interacting with you guys, talking with you guys. It's just a matter of getting to that point sometimes, and sometimes I'll be anxious, feeling like I don't have enough of substance to offer, and so I'm reluctant to jump on, like if it's the middle of the week, outside of just the other stuff I'm trying to juggle and do with my life.
He's opening his heart to you guys right now.
Yes, and that's something else with the podcast as well. There you go. Yes, bleeding heart.
Anyway, quick question for you guys. You guys always ask us questions. Now it's my turn to ask you guys some questions, right? So for ideas that we can do, I mean, I've thrown around. I'm just probably trying to just rub this in Derek's face. For ideas that we can do for like next season, because next season I'm definitely thinking that's going to be a lot more of exciting basketball being played in Dallas, right? With the addition of Kristaps Porzingis, and of course it can add on to more things that we can add on to the channel. What do you guys say? We've done this once. I think Derek did it without me, and I was very upset that you did it without me. Game companions. Literally, this is what we're going to do for game companions. This is my idea. Literally, it's the cameras on us because we'll get in trouble by the NBA if we were to show the game on
YouTube
TV.
will rip the stream down midstream.
Exactly.
And I'll get a copyright strike sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes, like what happened with Law Nation in the past, he wasn't even like streaming the game, but he like rewound a play with TiVo and like showed the replay, and it was explaining through it. So he was adding commentary, and they pulled it down midstream. We have 10 people watching on Twitch. No, that's a different screen. Sorry, that was a sample data thing. I was like, what the hell?
We're on Twitch.
Yeah. But anyway, not only did they take down the stream, but they took away, even though it was a single strike, they took away his channel's ability to stream live for like 3 months. Like, and this was like the first preseason game of the year, so it was like taking away live streams for like half the season. So he had to literally create another channel to do that. So it was just crazy how that set up against him. But yeah, so it would be on us, and we would just be talking.
Yeah, literally be on us, and we won't be commentating the game. So
a little bit. We'll give a little bit, but it's not like play by play.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not play by play. So what I'm thinking is literally we're just talking, just like we're talking right now. You guys are on. You guys have the game on as well. Don't just, and probably if you guys have a separate setup, maybe your phone, and just literally watch us. Just shoot the shit, having a good time, hanging out. We might not even be talking about basketball. We can be talking about basketball. We can be talking about things that are going on in the game. Talking about things that are going on outside the game. Talking about anything, but just have the game on as we're reacting to the game. So if something big happens, you guys will probably see it first because you're watching the game live, and we're probably in a delay. And then you get to see how we react to it. And knowing me, I'll react pretty crazy to things. And that would be an entertaining thing that you guys can get on to. That's what I'm saying. Because I know the last time we tried to do like live not live streams, but live remotes or whatever, it was just us just trying to commentate over the game. Yeah. I mean, that's cool and everything, but at the same time,
I had mixed feelings on it too, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't. We don't need to be at a live remote. It can literally be me and Derek in his other room with the game on, just chilling, watching the game, talking about nonsense. And still, like, let's say we talk about and Luka hits another three or step back three. We're like, oh, snap. You see that? It's freaking awesome. And then continue on what we're talking about. Just basically as if we're in the room watching it with you guys watching the game. You know what I mean? I feel like that can be fun. Just another things that we can do. Not every game, but possibly like every like big matchup during the weekend or something like that.
Right.
We can do that. What do y'all think to that? I know Kent said
Kent is very much on board with that idea. We'll see what some of the other people think. And what happened to a month ago, Clark God? Who are we talking about? Clark God? Is he talking about the
Brandon Clark, the freaking block?
Oh, you were still cycling back to that clip. Gotcha. Let's see.
Shit.
Yeah, so that, I suppose, unless you guys got a couple quick questions, comments, whatever. That's probably going to wrap up the show. I know Enyi's got to leave at 4. You got about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's more. Dallas Hart's on board with the idea.
Boom.
That's more what we're talking about doing, what we're thinking of doing. I want to offer the best content I can offer you guys.
That's how much we're lacking. And we're just now getting to... I guess
we're not lagging. It's not drop frames. That's YouTube's fault.
Yeah, YouTube, whatever.
Just the standard delay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just how it is. I mean, Enyi can tell you. I've we've texted each other all the time about ideas for things we can do that we want to try. Still have some ideas that we would like to try eventually, but haven't quite gotten everything squared away and set up for it yet. But it's one of those things that we gotta test some things out and see. Sometimes we'll try something like the live remote and doing pure, straightforward commentary, and it doesn't quite work like we want.
Freaking Rangers King.
Other times we'll do something a little different, and it'll work out. Like the game companions were well received. So, yeah, you mentioned earlier I did one without you. It was because the game started like as I was doing the standard. It went fine. It was just the standard Mavs Fastbreak that was running at the time. So it was just talking about. It was like kind of doing a Mavs Fastbreak solo while commentating on the game. So it is what it is. Rangers King is down as long as Enyi is sleeping on the grass. So, yeah, that needs to be like, if we ever get fan art of you, that'll be like, you'll be like a little chibi Enyi, like sleeping on the grass, like peacefully. Oh, that would be funny.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the off season as well.
Yeah. Good idea. Looking for off-season stuff from you guys. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. I got more TPN content coming. I've still been trying to work out some things with that, and I'm trying to raise my game as far as what I can produce and put forward as well. So there's going to be a lot more ideas developed and all that. Slightly older than Dirk. I'll see how it's going with my health, if my knees are still okay, but I'm hoping for another season or 10. All right, fair enough.
And I'm also looking at possibly contributing on videos myself. There obviously won't be professional like Derek's are, but just basically put in. I'll probably call it like 2 cents with Enyi or something, just so like stuff happens during the season or outside the season, off season, or whatever, and I'm not around Derek. I could probably produce a video.
Your podcast would have to be called like Grass Stains or something.
Grassroots.
We need this to happen.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So grassroots movement with Enyi Nduka.
Yeah.
Just basically putting my 2 cents in about stuff that's going on. It won't be as professionally produced like if Derek has it set up or whatever. It'll probably just be on my iPhone. It's top of the line, not top of the line, but it's one of the newer iPhones, so it's not gonna be like super trash or anything like that.
Just make sure you don't have your previous search results up on the screen.
Will do.
As long as you guys are doing content,
yeah, we want to grow the channel. We want to grow the show.
We're like 1,751 subs right now, I think. Is where we're at. Let me see here. I was just throwing that up as well. Yeah. Just a reminder because I brought it up.
If y'all haven't subscribed already.
Yeah.
Ring the bell. That's how you know.
And let me know as well, guys, like if you're interested in us talking about other stuff as well beyond just the Mavericks. Like we can always look to create like a sub channel off of Dallas Prospect. It would still be bundled with it, but where we talked a little bit more like on pop culture related stuff like film, like gaming, things like that. It might not be quite as regular of an upload schedule as Prospect, but we can definitely do that. If you guys are willing to go to those channels and sub them, support them, help us grow them as well, we have no issue at all giving you more content and kind of diversifying what we can talk about because I think that keeps you creatively fulfilled if you can do that. You don't get kind of bogged down where even in a slow week you got to find multiple hours of content to talk and write and all that about. Let's see here. I saw we had an actual question here from Kent. Do we keep this year or do we follow the top 5? What does your heart say? Our predictions. Gotcha. Do we keep our top 5 pick or do we lose it?
I think we lose it.
Probably lose it. But
like I said,
I'm ambitious enough to say that the ping pong balls owe us.
Yeah.
They screwed us last year and we had to give up an extra number 1 pick to get Luka. If it had just done what it should have done, we would have.
Can you imagine getting Luka with the first round pick?
Yeah.
And keeping a first round pick?
Yeah. Awesome. If they had done what they were supposed to with the ping pong balls, we would have gotten Luka without giving up anything. So they owe us as far as I'm concerned. So I like to think that they're going to reward us on the back end, so to speak, with that. Mark, nothing out of you. Reward us after the fact now and let us keep the pick for one more year. And we'll see what we're able to add, or if we package that with a trade option of some kind, and what we can do. I mean, there's a lot there.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a show around the time of the lottery to see, what we can do moving forward. I guess literally what happened during the lottery, okay, and then discuss that and discuss what Mavs should do moving forward. If we keep our pick, should we draft? Should we trade the pick? Let us know. Like and subscribe. Just kidding. I'm doing my YouTube.
Smash that button.
But that's how all of them freaking talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hints, movies, games, etc. Whatever you guys like, it's all good. I'll be watching. Appreciate that. If you want to deep dive on the channel, check out. I've done a couple film analysis videos already on the channel. I basically did a deciphered series on the Natalie Portman movie Annihilation, that sci-fi kind of interesting film that came out a couple years ago, I guess. And I took the Cloverfield trilogy, which is a very bizarre, confusing trilogy, and I deciphered it and connected all the dots, so to speak, and all the little Easter eggs and stuff like that. So those are both out there. My overall demeanor in those videos, I'm very reserved, very quiet, and I'm speaking like, well,
ASMR
guys,
video.
Well, guys, I wanted to change things up.
Bob Ross.
I'm not saying it from my chest.
Yeah, you're like making happy mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do movie reviews too. I'll give you my movie review of Captain Marvel. Trash.
Let me see here.
Yeah,
film reviews. I've been kicking around the idea of film reviews for a little while.
It would be like,
let me see here.
The non-critic film review.
Oh, hey, I can run this out here now. Check this out. The new TPN Sports introduction. I don't even know if you've seen this. I worked my tail off putting this together.
All right, I'll see.
So you
I gotta leave.
Damn well better like it.
Okay.
And it is right. Not it. This one. Yeah, it's just like a 10-15 second intro.
Professional. See, I won't be able to do that on my phone.
DDP trash Captain Marvel. I got to see the film before I can do that, but we'll see. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I saw it 2 days ago on Friday.
Yes, I talked 10 Cloverfield Lane in that video. Let's see here. All right, let me hit these last couple comments here, and then we'll wrap up for any. MKD. I'm just gonna roll with that. Fun fact: if Dirk plays next year, he needs to average just 9.2 points for the remainder of the season this season and next to catch MJ. I don't know if we're getting 9 points a game out of Dirk, even if he does come back next year. I think it's probably going to be like 6.
You don't know that.
I'd like to see it, but
bro, if he
I don't know if
catches
he'll catch
MJ,
it.
I will shed tears.
Yeah.
I would shed man tears.
Moment to appreciate baller Brunson. Brunson's been balling out since the All-Star break.
Chia.
We're still not sold on him being the everyday starter.
Nope.
But I love him coming off the bench.
Yep.
I love a lot of what he can bring.
Yep.
I just think that they need to still find a starter point guard.
I love his IQ.
Yeah, his basketball IQ is great.
He has a good IQ.
What's your beef with Captain Marvel, Enyi?
Trash.
He just didn't like it, I guess.
I don't want to get into it now.
Yeah. There we go. Saw it last night. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for this show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this odd. I don't even know if I should call it Mavs Fastbreak. I feel like retroactively I should just say
Mavs Oddball.
Yeah, just random DDP and Enyi hangout. But we'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully stuff happens. Congratulations, Rick Carlisle, on getting extended, basically. Yeah,
1 year extension before the year started, so he's through like 2021, 2022 now.
That happened, guys.
So that's cool.
News.
It's undisclosed how much he got for the extension.
You can't say that we don't have news.
Yeah. Anyway,
didn't we talk about Kemba Walker being that article that said
what?
That article that said Mavs' #1 target is Kemba Walker or something like that.
I don't know that we talked about it, but we think that's a little bit of a smokescreen. I'm sure they're interested in him, but I don't think he's the #1 target.
Nope.
All right, well, that's it, guys. Like the video, share, smash that like button. And until next time, remember...
Every legend was once a prospect. Ooh, even in my absence, I got it down, son. I'm out this biatch.
And they slept on the grass. Later. Alright, welcome back, guys. This is Derek of the Dallas Prospect, and the Oklahoma City Thunder have their first game in the books now. It was a home opener against the visiting New York Knicks. What's up, guys? This is Darreck Kirby, aka DDP of the DallasProspect.com, your home for all things Dallas sports and pop culture. Welcome back to the Dallas Prospect YouTube channel. Today we're going to be changing things up a little bit. Take a look at our pop culture content.
I've seen you guys 4 or 5 times now, and I mean, not saying this just because you're literally right here. I've always thought you guys were just as good, if not even better, than the headliner for the shows.
Thank you, thank you.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
Derek was totally nerding out about this interview, by the way.
Thank you.
He was really excited about this interview.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, now that my credibility is shot.
If you're a fan of Dallas sports and pop culture, this is your place to be. Already decided you don't like me? No sweat. I'm one of like 15 contributors here.
He's pretty good at making adjustments season to season, but in a game, sometimes even week to week.
9 ridiculous Marvel and DC comic storylines we'd love to forget about. Personally, I'd like to forget that Wolverine and Squirrel Girl, I have no need for Garrett. I don't want Garrett. I am sick of Jason Garrett. That said, I still think the problem was over here a little bit as well. I'm not saying it was the right way. I'm saying it was a way, and it was the way that they chose.
All right, here it is. Hush. Children. Oh, God, they did it.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so good.
Welcome back to Cheap Pop, where I try to analyze and break down the biggest questions across film and television. Today's topic, Annihilation, starring Natalie Portman.
Let me tell you something, brother. This is the 4th straight year of Cavs versus Warriors, brother. And oh, brother, are we sick and tired of seeing it.
I mean, really, there's no telling how different this team would have looked in recent years had Cuban simply drafted. And it was Cuban's decision, don't get it twisted. Donnie Nelson loved Giannis. It was Mark Cuban's decision to pass on the Greek freak. This is a more puzzling one because at least Eric Dampier saw 6
out of those 7 years on that contract with Dallas. And it was the trade chip Dallas actually got from moving on from Dampier that allowed them to go get Tyson Chandler. Facts. Dennis Smith Jr. highlight dunk. Alright, let's see what the hype's about.
Oh! Even if he had Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos was on the left hand. Infinity Gauntlet, brother. It wouldn't change the outcome. And in case you're a Warriors fan, well, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. Snakes can't wear gauntlets, brother.
WWE Creative has no real direction for Finn Balor, and it's driving me crazy.
What are they doing?
I don't know, but I wish somebody, anybody could come in here and fix the booking of Finn Balor. Why? Who are you? Who are you?
What's going on?
What's up? I'm DDP from the Dallas Prospect. I heard you needed a fantasy booker.
What are your thoughts for how the offense can kind of right the ship against the Lions this week, since it's been struggling the past few weeks?
Well, you know, first of all, the players got to be accountable to themselves and get out there and play some hard-nosed football. And quit worrying about what play is called, what play is not called.
This next matchup will be the first time, brother, but not really. The last time, brother, but please God, yes. The only time, brother, that we get 2 NBA teams matching up in the finals. 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, brother. Because, frankly, brother, it's getting a little bit nauseating at this point.
You want the tagline?
Oh, it's that. Yeah. Every legend begins.
Oh my God, you're fired. You're just fired from the
I'm freaking tired, okay? I'm freaking tired. I slept on the ground, man. I slept on the freaking ground. I don't care what you say. I slept for like 30 minutes. I had no sleep. What? No. You don't tell me what I experienced. I slept on the freaking ground. Okay?
Every legend was once a prospect.
Yeah. And they're getting pressure on the QB too, and usually that translates to interceptions or tipped passes or just passes thrown under duress. But I really can't see, I don't know if it's like a, phenomenon or what, but